What should go in the fridge that people don't realize should go in the fridge? Believe it or not, super glue. Saffron. Seal it in a glass container in the fridge. Will last almost forever. Camera film, it can stay fresh years past the expiration date if refrigerated. After reading through all comments, I feel that it's best I put my entire kitchen in the fridge. Cans of yeast. Fish oil supplements. My doctor told me it helps with the aftertaste. Opened maple syrup. I think I'll just set my kitchen temp to 40 degrees Fahrenheit and call it a day. Opened grated parmesan. I just have to say that there was a sponsored ad at the top, so the first thing I saw was veterans. I was very confused. Cooked rice. Not only needs to be refrigerated but should be put in a shallow dish so that it cools faster. Apparently, rice has its own nasty bacteria that is rare in other foods. Learned this in a food handling course run by Public Health. Open jam. Hershey's chocolate syrup. Fucking says it on the bottle, yet people insist it's fine. Beef stock. Sorry, Mom. Does anybody else just put the things that belong in the fridge after opening in the fridge right away prior to ever opening? Bats. My neighbors were nutty animal lovers. The short story is, to save a rescued brown bat, I live in Maine, they made a little box with a stick hung horizontally, hung the bat, and stuck it in the fridge so it could survive the winter. Defrosting meat. Edit: I guess I should have clarified that I was suggesting the refrigerator over putting the meat out on the counter. I know there are other ways. I haven't, so 99 of my opened food goes in my fridge. The only food I don't have in there is honey and peanut butter, and those I keep in an airtight container. There are 3,000 responses, but it shocked me to see that Bisquick says to refrigerate after opening on the box. If anyone sees this, maybe they'll find out today. Opened maple syrup. Suggested you even put it in the freezer as whole syrup doesn't freeze. I was told this a while ago, but it's a good trick to remember with fruits and veggies. If it in the refrigerated section, it should go in the fridge. Berries, cucumbers, lettuce, etc. If it's just on a stand, it can go on the counter. Apples, bananas, tomatoes, etc. ETA this was just a guidance. Do what you want with your produce. And for those that have never seen produce refrigerated at the store, cool. All the stores in my area have both, and some even have sprayers on the produce to add moisture. Almond flour or nuts, they can go rancid quickly. Flour. You really don't want pantry moths. Any food that you've cooked and are done eating. Looking at you, in-laws who leave entire meals out on the table or counter for hours. Keep hot foods hot and cold foods cold. Room temperature for either is a bad idea. Apparently the turkey for 5 days, as I read in a recent post. Hot sauce seems to last longer in the refrigerator. American eggs. I was called a bitch for packing my lunch in a cooler bag with an ice pack. Apparently eating spoiled and expired food is manly. Honestly, I'm reading through this thread and I'm shocked and horrified by what people are not refrigerating. Who raised you all, room temperature gremlins? This is all food storage 101. My cat, according to her. Condiments. Many medicines. Reading this post scares me. Most of these things have it right on the bottle. Can't eat at everybody's house. A box of baking soda. Can't believe how many people's homes that I visit have a smelly fridge, even if it's sparkling clean and spotless. They don't realize how much odors tend to linger on in there. In my own fridge, even if it has air filters, they're sometimes not enough, so I always keep a box of AH in there and change it out every month. Having gone through all the comments, I'm inclined to think that the optimal solution is to refrigerate my entire kitchen. Wheat germ. In this thread I learned that people don't follow written directions on packaging. Worcestershire sauce. It's written on the bottle even. Okay, hear me out. Deodorant. At least the gel kind like I use. It feels like the tongue of God is licking my pits. A lot of natural skincare should be refrigerated. Products with labels like refrigerate after opening. Batteries taste way better if you keep them in the fridge. Anything that literally says refrigerate after opening. Leftover pizza. Your leftover pizza. Stop leaving that shit out overnight, Dave. I am bewildered there are people who don't refrigerate the things mentioned here. Now somebody make a reverse post. I ain't got enough room in my fridge for all this shit. Not Indiana Jones. That was dumb. How big are all your fridges? I have 2 teenage boys who eat a lot and our fridge is packed, no room to keep nuts and almond flour and beauty products and cake in there. Maybe I need a thread of things people put in fridges that don't need to be there. Jelly, maple syrup. Ketchup. Are you people really keeping your condiments and opened sauces outside of the fridge? What in the world? The number of people who keep their opened hot sauce in the cabinet, when it should be in the fridge, is too damn high. It says right on the label to refrigerate after opening. Why the fuck is it in the cabinet? You can't follow directions, and this is why you'll keep getting pregnant. Opened bottle of Baileys. The other way around, don't put bell peppers in the fridge, they don't need it and lose flavor. Nuts actually freeze them. The oils go rancid. Frozen nuts are fresh nuts. Tomatoes, just kidding. Keep your tomatoes out of the fridge, you heathens. Put your damn pie and cake in the fridge, people. It's not a magical food that stays good in neutral temps over a day or two. Former British Prime Minister Boris Johnson. Leftover rice. It's susceptible to growing toxic Bacillus cereus bacteria that can kill. This bacteria is especially dangerous because they can survive cooking. And, even then, it shouldn't be kept for more than 1 day. Because it can also survive the cold. Freezing is okay. Bread. An archaeologist trying to escape a nuclear blast. I assume people have more common sense and ability to read instructions compared to my deceased mom, but refrigerate your fucking insulin. A copy of The Shining. I work at a grocery store and one time some guy came in asking where those Pillsbury Kendo tubes were and I directed him to the fridge since it's a refrigerated item and he just said, "Oh, I didn't know you guys kept it in the fridge. I always keep it in my pantry." And I just thought to myself, how the hell is this guy still alive? But in reality I just went, yeah, we do things a little weird here, I guess. Have a nice day. They literally say keep refrigerated in big bold lettering on the front. This guy has probably been eating pure salmonella most of his life. I never knew sriracha and hot sauce belong in